inspired to create from this alien creature. Check out this incredible cuttlefish. The colors, the texture, the way it moves and looks at you doesn't even feel real. For a few moments, this giant cuttlefish just hovered in front of me, completely unafraid, almost studying me back. The closer I looked, the more alien it felt, like something designed by imagination instead of evolution. So after this dive, I became obsessed with trying to capture this incredible creature through traditional printmaking. I started sketching directly from my underwater footage, trying to capture that strange balance between camouflage, intelligence, and beauty, before sketching it out with a permanent marker to make carving easier. And woodcut printmaking is actually pretty physical. You aren't just drawing the image, you're carving away everything that you don't want to exist. Every texture, every line, every mark has to be cut in reverse into the block itself. One wrong cut is permanent, so it can be equally physical as it is nerve-wracking. But as I carved deeper, the texture started feeling less like wood and more like reef patterns, currents, coral, the shifting skin and incredible texture that's on its body. Almost like the cuttlefish started emerging from the block on its own. Those who have never participated in making their own woodcut relief don't realize how painstakingly detailed this process is. Every micro piece of negative space has to be physically and manually removed. There's a lot of dust, a lot of finger pressure. Definitely a lot of band-aids are needed. You inevitably will always cut yourself. But once you feel like you've finally emerged, this is your Michelangelo moment where you feel like David has come out. Then I go over the relief one more time with permanent marker just to see if there's any more details that I want to carve out before I go into the final steps of actually inking and printmaking. What's fun is when you take a step back and before you start layering it with actual ink, looking at your carved masterpiece, it becomes its own sculptural beauty. I've actually had galleries ask if I could just hang the woodblock itself before I actually ink it. This is the cleanest it's going to be. Now let's mess it up. What's exciting about using one woodcut relief block is that you can ink and experiment with many different colors. I started with a lighter yellow just to see how it actually lifted and how it printed, and I started layering on deeper and darker colors. I had greens, I had blues, and as you'll see in the final series after it progresses, many hours of inking, layering, and lifting later, I finally started to emerge with a series that I was proud of. The pressure, ink, and texture of the paper make every pull react slightly differently, so every print really has its own energy. One print that I really liked disappeared into the reef, another pulsed with electric ocean blues, and another almost felt bioluminescent against the darkness. Together, these became Signals Beneath the Reef, a series that was inspired by this intelligent, alien-like creature that I loved encountering underwater. Single carved block and constant transformation, exactly like the cuttlefish itself. The ocean is full of living shapeshifters just like this, and we really forget how extraordinary they are. If you'd like to collect a print from this series or explore the rest of my hand-pulled printmaking collection, find them now on my website, CassandraClarkArt.com.